What's up, everybody? Arrg the Pirate here, and today we have our Sunday Funday match where we went with melee heroes only. Now, I went with mid lane Shinbi, so let's see the deck. Now, I start with Healing Towers, Onslaught, Experience, Mana Fountain, Spell Shield, and lastly, Overpowered spells for my gems. Now, for my cards, I have Advanced Evolution, Exoskeleton, Font of Experience, Flame of Zechin, Greenspring, Mana Flow Acolyte, Power Tap, Growth Totem, Apex Predator, Vital Waters, and lastly, Gnasher. Now, like I said before, this is a melee-only match, so every hero here is a melee hero. And I'm facing off against the Countess in mid lane, so we've got the Burst Caster melee heroes in mid lane. And, we definitely got a melee-heavy team comp on both sides, and we're, this is really just a fun match. Of course, you want to play to your strengths, and knowing that they don't have a whole lot of ranged, you can work around that as well. We did do a ranged only after this, and guys, the lag is real. I have it a little bit in this match, but in the next match, it's so bad, guys. So even in a private match, it's there. I really hope that they fix this issue. I'm going to try to see if I can kind of work out that Wraith match. At one point, it lagged so bad that my recording software just automatically cut off, and I had to restart it. So there's going to be like, a minute there that is not recorded. But I'll check that out. Well, but for everybody else that's going, hey, what is Sunday Funday? We do these private matches at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time on Sundays. We haven't done them for a while just because we had the tournament and then the holidays, popped up. So we haven't done them for a while. But, hey, we're doing them again. And, they're really just fun matches. Now, I'm playing very, very aggressive. If you see, I'm going past the river. I'm breaking my golden rule. And the main reason is because Countess is playing so passive. And, this early on in the game, she will be able to, lock me out of my farm. I need to push my wave under tower and get it to reset. And that's exactly what we do, and then we head back and we can see there Seraph was heading over. So, that was a good choice to back up then. And I'm actually going to head over to this river buff. Countess did kind of come look at it, but hey, we're going to head to this one because, we know where Seraph is, and we don't want to risk Countess, showing up while Seraph is engaging on me. So, hey, good choice. That was what we wanted. And now Countess is actually pushing the lane a little bit, which that's perfect. That's exactly what I want. I want this lane to be pushed. Shadow Slip is such a great tool for Countess, but since it instantly kills minions, early game, she's got the fastest wave. She can push a lane faster than any other hero, and it's kind of the same thing in game. Dark Tide just completely wipes out an entire wave, but with that Shadow Slip, since she's got that instant delete, you want to get her to use that, because when she uses that, that's going to naturally push her lane, and you can see, now we're going to starve her of farm. This is exactly what we wanted, and hey guys, this is perfect. Now, she does have a couple of siege minions, so I want to get those siege minions down, but I don't want to lose my farm. So I'm going to go ahead, take out those minions, and, just let this lane push. Again, I don't want it to push into tower. I'm going to go ahead and grab these ranged minions, and again, leave that siege minion, because, he can take absolutely tons of damage, and he's going to stop that wave from pushing. Guys, I've said it 1,000 times, and I'll probably continue to keep saying it in every video, but the people that push lanes, the people that really push lanes and don't try to manipulate those minions to where they stay close to their tower, they might, they might get a level advantage on you because they're killing minions faster, but you are stealing their farm away from them. And you're setting them up to be ganked, which is exactly what you want to do. So guys, don't push those lanes. If you can avoid pushing lanes, it will improve the, your gameplay. Now, I was going to back here, but hey, purple or river buffs are about to show up, and I thought I was about to get purple. And I did not realize the Seraph and the Countess, they left that river buff. You know, I didn't even go over and check because surely that Seraph got it, right? I thought I was going to get purple and it disappeared and went to orange, which, you know, orange is okay, but it's kind of useless for me. Now, I really would like to get another point so I can put on Advanced Evolution, and so I'm going to go ahead and head to this lane. Now, guys, again, I'm playing very, very aggressive, and I definitely don't recommend this, but one reason I want to play aggressive here is I want to get this lane under tower. I want to get Countess to start attacking, and when she starts hitting my minions, that's going to get my lane to reset. You can see that lane's going to stack under that tower, and I don't want to avoid that. Now, since my team is pushed up everywhere, you know, my Sevarog's pushed, my duo lane is, you know, they're pushing pretty decently. I'm not too threatened by the jungle, especially since it's a late game Shinbi. So I'm going to go ahead, shove that lane. You know, I didn't take all the minions out, but, you know, they'll eventually all go down. And hopefully by the time I get back into lane, those lanes will be reset closer to my side, and that also allowed me to pick up Advanced Evolution. Now, this is exactly what I'm talking about, guys. It worked exactly how I wanted it to. This wave pushed, and boom. Now this wave is pushed right where I want it to be. I can continue to slow farm if I can actually land those last hits. And this is, again, it's going to starve Countess of her farm. Now, I'm as y'all know, I'm a huge fan of Countess. And I know that when she gets a little power on, she's going to be very tough to deal with. So I'm hoping to get my power spike before she does. And, you know, with putting on Mana Flow Acolyte, hopefully that will be the case. I'm actually going to head over to our solo lane. You know, this Richter is here, and hopefully we'll be able to take him out. And sure enough, you know, our Sevarog is able to dip out of that. I'm going to allow him to farm his lane. You know, I don't want to take over his lane at all. I need to get back to my lane. And remember, guys, as mid laners, at these early stages of the game, the first, you know, 15 minutes, your rotations need to be very, very fast. Rotate, do your thing, go back. If you're rotating to chase enemies off, as soon as they back off, leave. If you're rotating to kill an enemy, get that kill, leave. You know, don't rotate to another lane and stay there for a minute, because you're going to get substantial amount of damage on your tower. Just rotate, do what you need to do, you know, get the damage on the hero, because that's really the only reason to rotate. You're not rotating to save towers. You're rotating to help, you know, kill enemies, really. You know, if you do have to rotate to save a tower, you know, that's a little bit different. But those quick rotations for killing those enemies, make them quick, guys. Now, of course, we're in a 5-stack, guys. You know, we're all in comps, and we actually end up doing a huge rotation to this duo lane. And, you know, they're yin in steel. They didn't stand a chance, guys. We're able to just delete them. I go ahead and burn my ult, which I definitely didn't need to do that. But, hey, is what it is. You know, I'm not very good with Shinbi, guys. I love Countess, but I just can't wrap my head around Shinbi. But really, you know, yeah, there's no... When you have 3 people hitting one enemy, there's really no need to burn ultimates other than, you know, steal, of course. And, you know, that steal, that wrap those kills up for us very, very easy. And you can see, guys, we've got a little bit of damage on our mid lane tower. You know, it's about a third health down. But that is quite alright. You know, we've got 2 really good kills for a third health on a T1 when T1s are designed to fall. So, at 9 minutes in, don't feel bad about having tower damage. And you can see, shutting those heroes down, getting those kills, that's way more important than, you know, saving 30% of your tower's health. But from here, again, we're going to kind of slow farm this. You know, as soon as Countess shows up, or, you know, pokes her head in, we're going to just start cranking out some damage. Now, she does try to hit me with that Dark Tide, and, you know, hey, we're going to go in on this. We should be able to get some work done, you know, if I could actually aim. And sure enough, I get my whirly little wolf circle on. What is circle rhythm? It's line rhythm. Is it circle rhythm too? Yeah, anyways, I get the swirly wolves, and that was healing me up during that Countess ult. We're able to take her out. And, you know, having Mana Flow on, guys, that's a very good power spike for us. Now, I go ahead and swap out my Advanced Evolution for Growth Totem. I like having Shinbi where she's got a little more health sustain. You know, if you get into a real late game, I actually like having Vital Waters on her because, you know, you're untouchable at that point. Her damage is crazy and her health sustain is crazy, plus that 15%. I really like that. You know, depending on how you build, you know, if you're doing very well with damage and you don't feel you need a whole lot of damage, once you pick up Apex, you could even build towards Vital Waters because Apex is a pretty good power card once you get it scaled up. Now, we want to make a prime play pretty quick, and I'm going to go try to secure rivers, and, you know, I'm just keeping a ton of pressure up, and this is really so my team can, you know, they get their lane situated, and they can rotate, and you see, guys, I'm shoving that lane, and, you know, that, I'm going for, you know, we're going for Fang, and even if the enemy team collapses on us with all 4 of us here, and our Sev heading to our mid lane, you know, we're going to be quite all right with taking out this Fang, and sure enough, we pick it up, no problem. And then back out, guys. Now, I highly suggest backing out the friendly way. Don't go towards the enemy team unless your entire team's collapsing that way. It's much better to go out the, you know, go towards your jungle, not the enemy jungle, especially if that T1 in mid is still up, because if you do engage on the enemy, they're going to take 2 steps and be under tower, and you're not going to be able to touch them. So I would just highly recommend going out that friendly way. Now, Countess, she used that Dark Tide on me, and I said, nope. It was a ton of damage, guys. You know, her poke hurts a lot more than mine. But hey, you know, we're going to continue to shove this. I probably should have left those minions so, you know, my lane stood in the middle, but no problem. We finally get some rotation from our duo lane, you know, after they down that tower. There's really no reason to push that. You know, they definitely need to keep it secured, but no reason to really push it. Steel does a great ultimate under the tower, and I don't even know where that Countess went, but we're going to evaporate her. And again, I used that ultimate when I really didn't need to. But hey, you know, is what it is. I feel important by using it. And getting that double kill, guys, with the pressure we're putting up now, we should be able to push into this T2 and actually take this T2 down. Now, I'm going to tank that a little bit, and then my minions head in. You know, I was just keeping it off of my ADC, and sure enough, we're going to be able to push this T2. And, you know, the enemy team took down our duo lane, T1, which, that's okay. Sacrificing a T1 for a T2, that's worth it every day, guys. But after we made a great, that big play where we took out their jungle and their mid laner, guys, push those towers. You know, once you actually take out an enemy, that's when you go for those objectives. And you can see we severely punished them. You know, being in a team where we can communicate like, hey, push, that's one thing. But whenever I'm playing with solo queues or, you know, just with 1 or 2 other people, there's a lot of times when we'll get these kills and then, you know, the jungler peels off to go back to the jungle or something like that. Guys, that is the time to push, and you can see we were able to make huge progress there. Now, from here, you know, we're just going to kind of farm up. I did get 13 points in, and so I've got my Mana Fountain on. I picked up Mana Flow, just, you know, a little more power. I'm not stacking this Apex very well, you know, but it is what it is. We go for Fang again and take him out. We had a little bit of an enemy team presence, but hey, nothing too major. And, you know, we're just going to kind of run around. We're looking for something to happen. We want to be able to get a good gank, something like that. I pick up that river, you know, though it didn't necessarily need. And you can see Sevarog is invis. And so that's the reason he's running around the jungle. Yin shows up to mid lane, and hey, you know, we've got a pretty big enemy team collapse here in mid. So we can definitely make something happen. We just kind of need someone to get out of position. You can see that laggy stuff's kind of starting a little bit. And Seraph, you know, where'd she go? Well, we end up taking Seraph out as well. So, you know, hey, that was a great job. You know, he kept that invis until the right time to use it. And that's what you want to do with purple buff, guys. Wait for the right time to use it. Don't just use it because, you know, if you've got 30 seconds of it, wait 30 seconds. You might be able to make a play at, 1 second left. And that's what we did there. And it freed us up to make a great play on Prime. We pick up Prime at 18 minutes in. And this is going to allow us to, get a really solid split push going. And, this is huge, guys. Getting an 18-minute Prime play, that's great. Now, we're actually going to shove this down mid lane. Sevarog's going for that split push. We should be able to make something happen. And Steel goes in with his ultimate. And I have no idea how Yin didn't get stunned there. She was definitely in that little area. And we're going to go ahead and, wrap a couple of those kills up. We take Sevarog out. Steel shows up. I'm able to avoid that ultimate a little bit. And with me, Chimera, Steel gets out with 3 health, guys. I don't know how he did that, but he definitely did. And, Seraph is trying to chase that Steel kill down, and then decides, hey, it's probably not the best choice. But, with us having Prime, guys, we're just shredding people. We end up taking down this mid inhib, and then rotating over to the solo lane inhib, taking it down. We've got 5 of them down at this point. We might be able to make a play on core, but really, Steel had to back. Steel was very, very unhealthy, and we still have Prime. So they're starting to spawn it. Let's dip out. Sure, we might be able to really push that and really end the game right there, but there's no sense in risking something, especially without having our frontliners, just super healthy. With Prime, everybody's healing back up, but Steel did have to, actually leave that fight because, 2 health. This does allow us to pick up Fang, and then we're going to go head to our solo lane, or our duo lane. Guys, I don't know why I can't figure this out. I used to do it with the off and the off lane and the safe lane all the time too, but I'm going to shove my lane a little bit, and then I'm going to head to our duo lane. And the reason this is, guys, is because the solo lane and the mid lane are set naturally. We don't have to set those lanes anymore. The enemy team cannot set it against us. They have to forcefully push those lanes unless they have something like Arrg, which, in this case, Arrg would be a very good card. But really, there's no reason to be in those other lanes. We could all stack up in one lane and just shove this lane in. And if they all come here to deal with us, our Winions are going to, in the game. So Steel does another, great ult under tower, and we're going to go ahead and take out that Richter. Getting Richter out of the fight. That's a huge play. And Seraph, we're going to delete her as well. Now Steel is staying in, and guys, I'm Shinbi. I can move. So we take Steel out, and again, we're just going to shove this lane down. There's not a whole lot they're going to be able to do. With just Countess up, and 4 of us up, we should be able to wrap this match up. Thanks to everybody that participated this week's Sunday Fun Day. It was a lot of fun. Even the match where we were ranged and, my entire team was lagging so bad it was almost impossible to play. It was a lot of fun. It's always a lot of fun getting to play with everybody and, getting in comms and just doing these silly type matches. And if y'all want to participate in Sunday Fun Day, guys, jump in Discord. Hopefully from now on, we'll start doing every Sunday at 2 p.m. Central Standard Time. We'll try to make Sunday Fun Days happen. Well, if you enjoyed this Shinbi guide, show me some love. Leave me a comment. Think about subscribing. Join our Discord if you haven't done it. I'd love to play with y'all, and y'all can also participate in these Sunday Fun Day events. And as always, guys, I'll see y'all in the next video.